is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I am up with a fun layout. This is actually a double page layout, so it's a little bit longer. So go grab yourself a cup of tea because I did to do this voiceover, um, and relax. So this particular sketch is actually from the public page of Redefine Creative. And so I know Christina did a live, I believe, with this sketch as well. So you can head over to that public page and check that out as well. Now, normally I put the sketch up on the screen, but I, it wouldn't fit because it's a double page spread. And when I am doing this double page spread, it takes up pretty much the entire screen of my desk. So there wasn't really anything left over space-wise to put the sketch up. So I did put the sketch up at the front, and again, you can go to the Facebook page and check out that sketch. Now, she does a sketch every Thursday, which is super cool. And then you have a chance to win some store credit. So very fun. She always has awesome sketches. And I actually was thinking of doing a double page spread with these photos anyway. So now I have a sketch to go off of. Now I don't have as many photos as in the sketch, so that part is a little wonky. And I am trying to use up my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit, and I'm getting down to just about nothing. So I did pull in that pink paper from Everyday Musings, and I cut the globe paper as well as the pink paper and just taped them together with just some scotch tape on the back to make a full 12 by 12. So I didn't even use any white pieces of paper or anything to make the back or anything like that. So it's just all taped together. So I am mainly using the sketch for the background paper layers and not so much the photo placement. Like I said, I just don't have enough. So I have this branding strip that I am going to put on both sides, and then I am going to cut this 6x6 piece of paper to make that span across the 2 pages on the bottom of the heart paper as well. So these pictures are just from the airplane. So I am loving some of these airplane photos from when the girls and I went to Chicago. So one that is super cool that I was able to catch was actually a rainbow. So I know that everybody loves a good rainbow. I just have never seen one from above. So super excited about that. So basically that photo, which is the 4x4, is going to get its own page. And then the other ones are just kind of looking down at Chicago from up top, and then one of kind of the sun looking on top of the clouds, which looked way prettier in person. So hopefully I will be able to remember that because it was very pretty. And not that the picture isn't pretty, but you know, sometimes you just can't get the picture to come out as beautiful as the actual version that you're seeing with your eyes, if that makes sense. And I find that I have a lot of trouble with that sometimes with not necessarily landscape photos, but like nature type photos, especially like sunsets or sunrises or moons or, you know, those type of things. They're so beautiful. And in Arizona, they're super colorful. And then you go to take a picture of it and it's like, that's kind of nice. And honestly, it's probably because I'm taking it with my phone, but I mean, that's just the way it is. So in my mind, I just have to remember it, and if if I really want to document it, then I just have to go with whatever I get. Now there's probably a setting on the phone that makes it better, but I'm not quite as talented with that. So I am I kind of go back and forth. So I don't specifically do just one side of the page and then the other side of the page. I do bounce back and forth a little bit. So I have kind of done my paper layers behind the photo that's going to go on the left side of the page. And mostly it is journaling cards and scraps. Um, I loved that journaling card that said, "See the beauty." Um, and to go with that, I have one of these stickers left from my How to Kill a Kit with Style, and it says hope. And I thought that was very appropriate since it was a rainbow. Um, and the rainbow symbolizes God's promise that he'll never flood the earth again. So I thought that was nice to just stick on the bottom of that. So I have these rubber charms and I love them, and they're super colorful, and I'm going to use the rest of them on this page. So I kind of want to make sure that I am putting some on both sides. So I put a couple on the left, and then I put a couple over to the right, knowing that they're going to go there. So one of the cut apart sheet says out and about, and I am going to put that on top of my 3 photos. And one of the photos in the middle, there's like a big section of it that is like the wing of the plane. And so I felt like I could kind of separate that or cover that up a little bit. And then I am thinking, okay, so that's kind of how that right side's gonna look. Maybe I should start pulling some ephemera from my kit and see what I can use. So of course I pull this rainbow. I pull a couple journaling cards. I have this acetate piece that says you're beautiful. And that's going to actually end up on the other side. I really wanted to be able to actually see it. So I have this cute little blue bird, and since they're pictures of the sky, I figure I could totally put birds on there. And then there's this peacock, and I was like, oh, this is really pretty, which totally defeats the purpose of the fact that because it's a sky photo that I can put birds in there, because I'm pretty sure the peacocks can't fly. If I am wrong, please leave me a comment down below, because I probably won't Google it. I do Google a lot of things, but I don't think I'm going to Google that one. So if somebody knows if peacocks can actually fly, please leave me a comment down below. Sorry, that was a little tea break. So I am loving how that left side is looking. So now I'm thinking, okay, what can I bring over to the right? So I find a couple of, well, I guess it's only one piece of luggage. And then this little person, I was like, oh, this is perfect, because we literally took one piece of luggage and then we had our carry-on purse. So I was like, well, that's what I took. So that's what's going to make it on there. And since I have those pulled, I was like, okay, I'm pretty happy with the items I have over to the left. Let's glue them down before I forget. So I did use my tape runner on these rubber charms. So we'll see kind of how that holds up. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. But I mean, so far they're sticking, but I probably should have used some wet glue, I'm thinking. Definitely some wet glue. And then that acetate peacock had like a film on it, so I took that film off, and now it's a little more vibrant, and it's not quite as vibrant as it looks on the video right now. Like, it looks like it's neon green, and there's really no neon green in my layout. The green actually is more of the green that you see in that right upper hand corner on the globe, so that's good. So I decided to make just a little kind of cluster up here in the top with those two banner pieces. And I had that little fabric piece that said Hello Sunshine, and I was like, yep, this is definitely the layout for that. So that makes it on, which I'm super excited because now I have used all of the fabric pieces in my How to Kill a Kit with Style. And that just makes me happy. Like, I am really killing this kit. Like, I am super happy about it. So I just have a couple of these gold thickers. I think maybe they were an Amy Tan. I'm not exactly sure. This is kind of what I have left, and I'm actually going to use all of the pieces. So I kind of go a little back and forth. I do like that touch of sparkle with the gold. The hexagons, I don't mind using the hexagons and the plus signs and the hearts and the clover all together. Doesn't bother me. I am basically looking at it as it's just sparkle. So I'm just getting the sparkle on there. I will add that kind of 4-leaf clover up to the top where it says out and about, because I do feel very lucky that I got to go on this retreat with my friends. So that's the reason for that. So now I am going to kind of work on this cluster. I apologize, I didn't realize that I had kind of scooted the layout down a little bit. So hopefully I will scoot it up again here shortly. I found that little round heart-shaped piece, and that is going to actually act as my journaling spot. And then that little bird is going to make his way back onto the other side of the layout. Yeah, I really apologize. It doesn't look like I'm putting it up. So I am going to go ahead and adhere everything down. I do try and make it so they kind of match. So I'm just going to put the layout on top of each other because my T-square ruler is only 12 inches long. So I needed to move it close. And I just did that for the red heart piece. I really didn't do anything with the upper and lower parts. I let them be eyeballed, I guess. But right there, I realized the stripes were going the wrong direction. So I do get them in the right direction, thank goodness, and just cut off that little bit of extra pieces. And now I can start adhering everything. So I didn't cut out pretty much anything with this. I don't even remember what I was doing, if I was watching a show or chatting. It was probably a combination of things. I actually think I was chatting with Christina initially because I was like, I can't find the sketch. So she was so sweet and sent me the sketch so that I could do it this particular night. So I do love how this turned out. It's a little busy, but I think that's okay because there's really not a whole lot going on in the photos. I guess potentially the photos could be busy if you're looking at the scenery down below, like of all of the houses and all of the streets and everything. It could look a little busy, so it can go with my busy layout. I did go ahead and take the acetate off that bird as well. The sad thing with the bird is that my son thinks that he needs to interrupt my voiceover. Okay, that's not really the sad thing with the bird, but that's really what happened. So the sad thing with the bird is if you flip him over, his coloring was way better, but then he would be facing the wrong direction, and I didn't like that. So he gets to be a little bit of a dull bird. Now I am trying to get another bow on, and I use this colorful one. So there's a colorful bow on both sides. And so as of right now, I only have one yellow bow left. So this heart was like a lock, and I didn't want it as a lock. I just wanted it as a heart. And so I cut the lock part off, and I put it on top of the handle of the suitcase, and it fit perfectly. I was so excited. And then I had one little like dash mark left, and I put that on the bow, and I was like, oh, that's really cute. So I was able to finish off this set of thickers, which is super exciting. So it's one more piece of my How to Kill a Kit with Style killed. And then I was looking through my stuff, and I was like, oh, that unicorn, like that's all I have left on that sticker sheet. And I thought, you know what? It can just snuggle right in the layers of that photo, because to me, rainbows are magical, and so are unicorns. So that piece of randomness is making it on there as well. So I was feeling like it needed more of a title than just that tiny little hope. So I pull out these stickers, and they're a chunkier gold than the others, but I am totally okay with that. And so I am just going to do the title of Details Captured, because that's kind of how I felt. And then I really was hoping to get some more of that navy blue on, and when I was going through my stickers, I realized, oh, I actually have another set of these. So I've killed one set, and I am on to my second set. So I just add a couple of hearts. So I do have a couple of close-ups here, and I really hope you enjoyed this layout. I want you to head over to the Facebook page and join in as well. She has a new sketch every Thursday, so remember to wear your crown. Bye!